Hello. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Hey there, Memento. Hey there, Ants. I'm still just getting set up, so I will be a few minutes. It's the dude that flipped the light 10 million years ago. You might have got the wrong person, sorry. Oh, you. Yeah. Oh, I remember. Vaguely. You were very influential. Indeed, indeed. Okay, so we have 11 days until this game gets an update. Might actually be 12, because I'm in a interesting time zone. But we'll say it's 11. First playthrough according to the tags. Why does it keep doing that? One sec, let me fix that. There we go. You think it just does that? I think it does. Like it doesn't know. Alright, one sec. Yes, it is indeed my first playthrough of the game. Ignore the, 12 other times I've played it. Wait, not 12, it's like 6 or something. I'm not the top speedrunner anymore. Someone's beaten me. Need to claw that, championship back at some point, maybe. Welcome back, Mad Memento. I am still first place in the death percent category for this game, though, which is nice. Yeah, you know what's wild? The swap percent record has been beaten by some dude going solo. That's insane. Microphone troubles. Yeah, check any percent. How long is the run? It's like 1 day and 13 hours, I think. Let me check actually. One day and 4 hours is the record. So 28 hours to beat the long drive.
And 31 minutes and 17 seconds. Oh, yes, I was muted. Thank you. I was saying that's the first time I've appeared on camera since shaving. You may notice I'm all shiny up here now, which is very nice. I think the look suits me good. Thank you. Matte Black was a bit classic, but sooner or later everyone goes bald, you know. Right, goals for today. As always, travel 100 kilometers. If we keep up that pace, we'll be able to beat the game before the update comes out, no trouble. And other goals, well, I don't think there are really any. I think it's usually just travel 100 kilometers and don't die. Not dying is optional. Because you can load a save in this game, it's not permadeath. I should do a permadeath run of this game, though. That would be hilarious and very infuriating. Would you guys watch that? I'd probably be a lot more careful with everything. I would, says Ants. Oh yeah, by the way, Ants. You probably haven't seen it, but the one and only user created some amazing fan art of some of us, including you, yesterday. I'm not sure. Oh, what game audio is still muted? Whoops. I'll get it up here. I'm not sure how accurate it is to what you actually look like. But here it is. Gotta say, the resemblance to me is absolutely uncanny, isn't it? They've even got my very real and very existing ears right down. I've put that as a poster in the Voices of the Void save. Just because I think it's so funny. And it says, I must say my persona is not a cat, it is a fox. Good to know. I'm pretty sure they were just guessing. I mean, hell, they gave me eyes. Do I look like I have eyes to you? Or ears? These might be my ears. Don't know for sure, actually. am flattered that they drew it, though. That is pretty hilarious. At least to me. I can crop you out of it if you don't like yours. Oh. Whoops. It's fine. Okay, if you're sure. And just for the record, I didn't ask them to do that or anything, they just did it randomly and shared it on the Discord. Was very much a surprise to everyone. Engine fell out again. Like, I say this often, but I swear, if they ever make it so engines get damaged in this game, through, like, crashing or lack of maintenance, I am probably, what is the word they use nowadays? Baked? No, that means high. Cooked. Cooked is the one. If they ever make engines break in this game, I am cooked. Though it would make things much more interesting. How can a tiny rock do that? Exactly. Now we have to drive all the way back up there to get our stuff again. This is shaping up to be a long stream. And a long drive. You know what's funny? This might end up actually being the fastest time I've beaten the game without speedrunning. Where... Man. The tire is gone. That's a bit better. The tire has disappeared. Well, I guess we'll have to continue without it for a little while. Until we can find a replacement. Oh wait, no, we do have a spare. Forgot we have a spare tire. Dematerialized, yeah. It's funny how there were bugs introduced with the last update of the game that never got patched. Like these cacti that become ghosts. Like they stay there after you run them over. You're full of obscure song lyric references. No worries. No worries at all. I find myself not listening to music much recently. Because I'm just doing other things. This one is from Experiment by Voivod. Have you mentioned them in the past? I think you have. I'm terrible with remembering things like that. It's from their 1988 masterpiece concept album, Dimension, Word with a scary letter in it. We have mentioned them before. That's good. Well, that's cool. And point blank. These zombies really gotta be more vigilant, you know? Well, guess we have another spare. This might be a bit of a slower stream. Streams where I actually show my physical form usually are. Oh, what's this? Possessed bottle. Can we get a clip of this? What's going on there? Magic indeed. What happens if we throw something at it? Ah, the magic is gone. Whoop, whoop. Mistake. Got to check these out. BPS. 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 And XQE. XQE. Isn't that the name of that one streamer who, like, lives in a house full of rats and mold or something? Sounds familiar. No, that's XQC. Ah. One letter off. And thank you for the clip, Ants. Much appreciated. I do try and watch all the clips I get. See what people enjoy throughout the stream, you know? It's quite fun. Quite fun indeed. Ooh. I'm pretty sure the developer just added those light poles just to troll anyone who drives a bus or a truck in this game. Like the bent ones. Because when you get one bent over the road like that, if you're driving like in the center of the road, as most people in this game do, or try to do most of the time, there's no way you're not hitting that if you're in a bus or one of the large trucks. Seen it happen many times. Had it happen to me many times. It also discourages players from building gigantic, elaborate things on the roofs of their vehicles, which is something I used to do. UFO catchers. There used to be a trick where, I mean, there kind of still is, they never fixed that, they just made it harder. Where if you build like a gigantic construction of wood and pallets and stuff on the roof of your car, if you build it tall enough, a UFO will get stuck on it when it comes past, and it'll just drag you to the end of the game. Damn it. They really need to fix that crashing into nothing problem. That's really what irks me at the moment. It might just be an issue with this particular car, though. think I recall it having messed up hitboxes or something. Maybe that's a new strat for swap percent, UFO. Well, that's the trick. The UFO doesn't stay when you save the game. It disappears. So that kind of rules out, that sort of thing. Also, I'm pretty sure the speedrun rules say you can't use the UFO because it's cheating. Overheating again. I can't pull them up right now, but I'm pretty sure they say the car must move under its own power or by being pushed by the player. Those are the two allowed movements. Wonder if there should be a category for the broom. What kind of speedruns could you do with the broom in this game? Really, not again? That was a reverse crash. This game's thinking it's my summer car all of a sudden. With the reverse crash into a tree. Did I lose my spray bottle? I did not. Sag. You know what's kind of funny, Ants? You're kind of my window into modern internet culture, since I know basically nothing about it. Apart from a few slang words here and there. Really? Radiator again? This is why I say I am cooked if they ever add engine damage to this. Ant says, I'm far from being a modern internet culture connoisseur, but you are a furry, and that's pretty close. Not to be insulting or anything, I mean that as a compliment. Gotta teach me all the furry slang. I feel like I'd never be able to look at anything the same again. I'd just start noticing it everywhere. So, you can go without that thing. It's like when you learn a new word, then you start seeing that everywhere for the next few days. You know what's really interesting to me? Internet lingo that kind of died out, or is now only being used ironically. I discovered a lot of that when we were reading the Control-Alt-Delete comics earlier on. Epic for the win. Leasness. Trollage. Putting XX at the start and the end of your username. Problem. You know what I never understood? Using random French words mixed in. Like, le epic troll. I never understood that. Forever Alone. I still consider those better than the modern, the Wojak style stuff, though. Like, I depicted myself as the handsome man, and you as the ugly man, therefore I automatically win the argument. Hate that so much. Me gusta. Doesn't that just mean, like? IDFK. I know what that means. There are still acronyms I come across that I don't understand. Like IIRC, which I only recently learned means if I recall correctly. IDK with F thrown in. They say the spicy sentence enhancer. That's all swear words really are. It's just what you use when you can't speak in bold or italics or anything like that. You can't speak with underline, so you just drop in an F-bomb somewhere to achieve the same effect. Ant says, I'm a sweary boy. I'm not really. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. You know, the other day, Penguins was actually, shocked when I swore on stream. In fact, most of the time I tend to do it, it's when it's in a chat message that I'm reading out. But it's very rare I'll say that as like an exclamation or something. And there's really not many people on today. Funny how that happens. We can go from like 12 people on one stream to 2 on the other. Kinda neat. Keeps the feeling of it being a close-knit community. We're all in an exclusive club where we know each other. Oh, we're getting close to 4,500. I often forget you guys can hear my keyboard. But I'm pretty sure you can. It's quite a loud one. This is quite a sensitive microphone. a very nice ASMR experience. Oh no. Maybe I need to get one of those, like, flexible rubber keyboards that you can just roll up. Those were a thing for a while, remember those? I think they were intended for, like, medical use, where you can just, like, wash them and sterilize them, but for some reason you could get them, like, everywhere for a little while. I think I've got one somewhere. I think I do actually own one. But yeah, look up flexible keyboard. One of the most cursed things ever. Maybe I should get some fake nails and tap on the microphone for that authentic ASMR experience. I mean, I've got these plastic knuckles. Let's give those a try. Let's see. Oh, that picks the hell out of it. Like I said, very sensitive microphone. Alright, one sec, I'll mute the game audio for this, since this game has very realistic sound effects. Right, that's that taken care of. In fact, I've told this story before, but this microphone has a long history of parodying music concerts. Oh, sorry about the ads. Rock, rock, rock. Oh no. Oh, come on. Oh, at least we didn't lose this. At least we still got one headlight. That's all you really need, right? Ads over, yeah. That was very bad timing for the ads, and for this accident. Look what happened. Isn't it like a mini player or something? I think a tiny rock happened, and that caused this with the butterfly effect. That's what this game should be called. The butterfly effect simulator. We have a radiator. We still do. That's good. CTK, why that plate on the front here? I think that's just the one that was on the car. Wait, no, Fix is the original one. This car spawned in with Fix as the number plate. And then we lost the front bumper and the front Fix plate. So I just grabbed this bumper off another Skoda, and it had CTK on it. So that's just random. Could replace it with Hey. And I say, hey. What a wonderful kind of day. Hey, a man has fallen into the river in Lego City. I can't remember what accent is for that one, actually. We're in kind of like one of those greyish biomes again. I always feel like these are volcanic ash for some reason, even though it's just a desert biome and a grass biome blending weirdly. Start the new rescue helicopter. A man has fallen for a man in Lego City. It's amazing how that was a meme for a little while. I guess every obscure, well, not really obscure, but every little piece of media gets its moment in the sun. Okay. We're getting to the point where this trick is starting to not work as well. But I'll still use it. You can save and load the game and it reduces, well, it doesn't reduce, it gets rid of all the momentum. Okay, we're fine. Didn't even have to load it there. About the yawn. Ooh, haunted house. Let's just keep going. I wonder if this game will get a Halloween update this year. Halloween. I like Halloween because I can just go walking around outside and no one bats an eye. Only day of the year where that's true. Ant says I love Halloween. $4,510. Gonna try and get to 4,600 this stream if possible. So kind of unrelated to anything. Been thinking a bit about changing the layout of the stream. What do you think? Is it good the way it is? It's been like this for a year or something now. 2 years maybe. It's good like it is. Fair enough. I was considering moving all the graphical elements over to the left side. Is that the lava lamp cam? Well, sorry you have to stare at this whole stream. Let's switch back to the lava lamps for a little while. Actually, I think they're nearly warmed up. Yep, looking good. And that fourth one is still a bit sluggish. Oh no. I really did pick the worst car for this. So next time we are not using a Skoda. We're getting a lot of 2101 minimum. At minimum. Odometer. I like the customizability. I like the customizability of being able to put in any odometer you want from any car. But at the same time, it's such a nightmare to find. There it is. When it falls out, and it will fall out. You know what would be cool? This could either be cool or a really bad idea, depending on how you look at it. If they made the cars that you find along the way, like the abandoned ones, have a random number on the odometer. That'd be kind of realistic, I think. You missed it, sorry. I said, you know what would either be cool or a really bad idea, depending on how you look at it? If they made the cars you find along the way have a random number on the odometer. Could be kind of realistic, you know? Because what are the chances of every car you're finding just having rolled back over to 0? And you're right, it does give more opportunities for funny numbers. Speaking of funny numbers, and to make sure you're here next stream, we're gonna hit your funny number. Since we're about 100 kilometers away from that already. And have food while driving. You could call a cowboy says, I think this should have the current mileage on the odometer. Like for all vehicles, like have it synchronized. That makes sense, honestly. Maybe only in single player, though. I can foresee that causing problems in multiplayer. But then again, it would be cool to see how far everyone on the server had driven. Look at this thing roll. Yeah, I wonder why nobody uses this vehicle. You could call a cowboy has named a vehicle D's. I'm on a roll, says the Skoda. Fun fact, the Skoda was actually the first vehicle used to beat the game. That was back when the terrain was much easier to navigate. The old mountain slash cliffs around the road terrain, yeah. Always thought those were pretty fun. Hope the new update brings those back as like a biome or something. Handful of fuel in the ground. I'm more interested in this water. Kind of unrelated to anything. But there's supposed to be a new Transformers movie coming out, if it hasn't come out already. Personally, I don't think I'll see it. Legally. Of course I'm gonna yar har har it later. But I'm not gonna see it in theaters. Transformers. With an emphasis on trans. That's such an old joke, but it still holds up. Love how it's been reclaimed as well. It's kind of funny. I used to really like Transformers. But nowadays it feels like the fan base is kind of comprised of either literal children or racist 40-year-olds. So I don't really interact with it anymore. You could call a cowboy says, I think I'm done going to theaters in general. Yeah. Sneaking in the the packets of chips was always fun. Last time I went, they'd totally given up on policing that though. Like you could open carry those bags of chips and bottles of soda from the supermarket across the street and they would not care. Racist children? Oh, those are all on Xbox. opens COD lobby. I no longer want to have ears. There's a reason I've never played any games like that. Multiplayer shooter games all suffer the same fate. The community rapidly toxifies. You could call a cowboy since I used to bring in Subway sandwiches to the movie theater in the late 90s. Well, just in the 90s in general. Ooh. Sometimes this car feels like it wants to faceplant the ground. Me too, car. Me too. Oh, we have a spam bot. Subway is way too mediocre for the price they're charging for a sandwich. Like, jeez. $20 for a footlong is insane, yeah. Nowadays, you can, more often than not, go to a supermarket, buy all the ingredients for a Subway sandwich, including an entire loaf of bread, assemble it yourself for less. I mean, sure, it's not going to be the same form factor, but it's going to be cheaper. I should have picked up those headlights. Ah, we got plenty of spares, don't worry. Something funny I've noticed about the earlier cars in this game is before the windows could be wound down, the developers left an invisible hole right here. It looks like there's glass there, but there actually isn't. So you can just stick anything through there to adjust the mirror or throw it out of the car or whatever. Sorry, just concentrating down this hill. And these key presses sound like I'm typing up a Word document here. You call a cowboy says I haven't been to Subways in over 10 years. For me, it's, I think, 2 years. But that's basically a fluke since I entered one to use the bathroom without paying for anything once. Word is the worst, it's such a pain to work with. The newest version of Microsoft Word I've used is Word 2010. And the version I regularly use is Word 95, which is yeah, it's good for what I need it for. Ant says I've been to one recently, but it's a fluke since I live within walking distance of with one. I live within walking distance of one. Oh, a Subway. What are we at now? 4,541. Not bad, not bad. 60 Ks to go. Duke Nicola Cowboy says, I wish WordPad had spell check. That's really all I need. Yeah. Seriously, an old version of Microsoft Word is not bad. I think Word 2010 still runs on Windows like 10 or 11. You can easily get a second-hand disc or a cracked copy online. Ant says I got Office 97 to run on Windows 11. I think that's because it's all 32-bit or something like that, instead of 8-bit. No, 16. I think older versions of Office were 16-bit and they don't run as well on 64-bit hardware, or at all. Got an ISO from archive.org. And says, I mean, Subway sandwiches are fine, but for $20... Yeah. A lot of people still haven't forgiven them for, you-know-who as well. And fair enough, the warning signs were all there. Yeah, we all know who that's referring to. He who shall not be named. Nah, Jared Fogle. And it says also they took away the Swiss cheese, which should be considered a war crime. Last time I was in the Subway, they still had the Swiss cheese, although... Actually, I don't know. Since the last time I was in there, I was using the bathroom. The time before that, which would have been 4 years ago, they still had Swiss cheese, so entirely possible they've removed it since then. They took it away last year-ish. Subway is kind of funny to me. They're very good at the healthy marketing. And you'll see people go to Subway and they'll get their sandwich and then they'll get like a liter of Coca-Cola and 4 biscuits to go with it. And they'll be like, oh, it's Subway, so it's healthy. Yeah, the sandwich may be healthy to a degree, but everything else undoes that, like, tenfold. And says, I remember the $5 footlong ads. Those were a meme as well, weren't they? I remember the controversy a few years back where someone was trying to sue them saying the tuna isn't fish. And then they DNA tested it. And they didn't find any DNA, so they're like, oh, it must not be fish. But that was because the tuna had been cooked, as you tend to do with fish. And that destroys the DNA. What are we at now? 4,553. I'm gonna have ads in a minute, so I might pause here, save the game. Take a quick break and we'll switch back to lava lamps. Since my physical form is getting a bit exhausted. Yep, this seems to be a good spot. Okay.
Right, I'm back as a bodiless voice once more. Feels good to unwind. Nah, I just switched off my physical form. Makes things easier, you know? Really is a pain to have to deal with all that getting hot and having to drink water. That's why I prefer to stay like this most of the time and only show my physical form on special occasions and for marketing purposes. Oh! Oh, that's gonna suck. One on the user says, official long drive sighting has been revealed. Oh, okay. Just realized I didn't send out a notification for this stream on Discord. That's why I had Discord open. We have another piece of lovely fan art here. By the one and only user. You ready? I think that's me with rabbit ears this time. Still with eyes for some reason. Not even my physical form has eyes. With a sun and a cloud and I think that's the Hollywood sign, but it says Hungary instead because this game is kind of set in Hungary. And this is obviously the zombie with 4 ears. 1, 2, yeah, 4 ears. And interesting, interesting. You are truly an MS Paint professional at this point, when the user. That's going in the Voices of the Void image folder. I hope you understand. In fact, let me do that now. I treasure all of these, despite how disgusting they are, by the way. Just preparing that now. Thank you for saving them as PNGs as well. It makes it so much easier to add them. When this game gets custom posters or stickers, Actually, I'm not going to make any promises for the long drive. I'm not sure if I want this stuff in the long drive. But I'll add it to Voices of the Void. Assets, paintings, paste. Nice. Yes, I showed the first one to Ants earlier this stream. For those of you who have not seen the first image, actually. Oh yeah, Ants has a request. Well, not a request. More of some feedback for you. Their persona is apparently a fox, not a cat, so... Make of that what you will. Got it. If any future shenanigans featuring Ants. Zam. That sounds like the catchphrase of some low-budget 80s superhero. Possibly a porno parody. Zam. I should be scared. Yeah, I have mixed feelings. At the same time, I'm flattered that anybody is drawing me. But on the other hand, I'm kinda inclined to believe this is behavior I should not be encouraging. Screw it. Keep making those if you want. We'll review and critique each one. What's possibly a porno parody? I said the word Zamn. Z-A-M-N. Sounds like the catchphrase of a low-budget 80s superhero. Possibly a porno parody of an existing franchise. Just gives that icky vibe, you know? You could call a cowboy is a little scared. Penguins, you've just joined. You've missed the second piece of fan art by the one and only user. The MS Paint revolution has begun. Why are you rolling? Stop rolling. The car is trying to escape again. Would you like to see it? There you go. How did this light pole get here? Wow. Oh yeah, by the way, shout out to Gamer Penguins. Fantastic streamer. Much better sense of sanity than me. Feel free to check him out. He streams games like, I believe yesterday it was Pet Shop Simulator. I watched that for a little while. Looked interesting. Yeah, highly recommended. Ah, Euro Truck. Where's my odometer? Ah, back here. Always falls in that little spot now. Oh, and the engine has fallen out again. Pet Shop Simulator, then House Flipper, then Euro Truck Simulator 2. I was only there for Pet Shop Simulator, sadly. Was lurking for the rest of the stream, though. Oh yeah, one more thing. Just doing something in the background now. I have a bad habit of doing random little things that should be done off stream as part of regular maintenance on stream instead. Okay. Cool. Sorry about that. Gamer Shadow NZ says, I finished my job in Euro Truck Simulator 2 after getting towed. Ant says, I regret opening up Microsoft Paint, but I made something. Oh. I heard the ping. I heard the Discord ping. I should do an MS Paint stream. I need to make some more emotes. This seems like a perfect opportunity. Alright, one sec. We'll take care of this. This is easily one of the worst parts of this game, in my opinion. Seriously considering getting the mod that removes that functionality. Flipping right at the turn before the destination is super annoying. In Euro Truck Simulator. Oh, this is Ant's image here. Oh, it's one of the My Summer Car characters. You know what? This is easily the least questionable thing we've had all streams, so good on you, Ants. Yoke from My Summer Car. Drunk shirtless guy. There's a million of them in that game. And they're all the same. Need to give him a bottle of Killshoe in his hand. You regret having done that? Well, don't. It's art. It's creativity. You're gonna do that? Penguin says, I got 2 gifted games yesterday. Got House Flipper 2 and Star Trek to look forward to. Oh, wow. I wonder if this game will ever get sort of a construction mechanic. That'd be kind of cool. Here's the updated version. Oh, this is even better. Everything I hoped for. The classic fake Google PNG. Moi. Once again, we crashed into nothing. Now, first things first, let's locate the odometer, because if we can't find that, then we may as well just load the save. Your wife is still fine, by the way, penguins? How did that... Man, stuff gets launched. Yeah, I think this is a load the save situation. Well, that gives us a little bit of time to, sit back and reflect. Glad to hear she is still fine. Oh yeah, penguins, should we drop her off? At some point, or are you planning, to meet her at the end of the road? Anne says, oh god, I truly made one of the drawings of all time. Oh no. But where is your house, penguins? Ants, before I can answer that question, I have to check something. Yes, it would be biblically accurate, so you can if you want to. Give him a beard as well. Maybe an axe in the other hand. For when the player steals his money and he comes to murder them. Anyone who doesn't know My Summer Car and is watching this will be very confused. Though, who doesn't know My Summer Car and not know Long Drive as well? Well, not know Long... Who doesn't know Long Drive and also know My Summer Car? There's a very big overlap between those two games. Lot? You mean lottery? Because... Do you need me to explain the law? Oh yeah, Mombasau as well. And Jalopy. Okay, I think we have the final revision. Just to really hammer in that this stream might not be able to go up on YouTube. Oh, man, they're so close together. Love the dark mode background. Truly one of the images of all time. And you know what? Ants. That is still better than any AI generated image. Because you created it. You put your heart and soul into it, for better or for worse. And now it exists in the world. You have set it loose. And there's no putting the genie back in that bottle. that Killdew bottle, might I add. The one on the user says, I'm gonna draw ants in honor of his images. I can't wait. Should I be scared? Ants, you should be very scared. And yes, I will put it in Voices of the Void if it is Twitch appropriate. That's the only requirement here. And of course, if you'll let me. Yep, the nipples are fine on the My Summer Carp character, since they're in the actual game too, and there's no problem with that. And that image is anything but sexualized. I meant the drawing, the one on the user is doing of you ants. I'll add that to Voices of the Void. If you're okay with it, and depending on, yeah, it's already been on Twitch, so if I'm not banned now, I should be fine. Yep, gonna have to delete this VOD for safety. You know what'd be awesome? Having shitty MS Paint drawings of each member of this community. Might have to make that happen. Might have to do a stream. I'm really, like, really bad at MS Paint. Because I don't draw in general at all. I mean, I did technical drawing for a little while, like of buildings and stuff, so I'm okay at that as long as I have a ruler and an eraser. QYC. Quick? Hey, that says quick! Huh. Right, we're taking that. And it says, did I see his drawing? Did I think that was artistically pleasing? It was not artistically pleasing. But art does not have to be artistically pleasing to be art. Art isn't just Mona Lisas and Roman statues. This brings us into the age-old debate of what is art. At least it's not one of those billionaire tax write-off bullshit modern art scams. You could make it one, if you want. You've just got to start on an Instagram page, post your stuff there, make sure to paint it on canvas first to give it legitimacy. then bot the likes until it gains real popularity. I believe they call that astroturfing. And all of a sudden, you'll have rich bastards lining up. New My Summer Car NFT just dropped. Oh man. At the height of the NFT craze, that would have been something that sold for like $50,000 though. Not even joking. That would have happened. That was so dumb. You need like a different version. It's just the same thing, but with minor tweaks. Penguin says, I'm terrible at drawing, hence why I paid for my set of emotes, and the rest are IRL photo/video ones. Though I did that for Sir Old Sage also. Oh! You do have some amazing emotes, Penguins. I should probably make more emotes. I always say that and then I never do. And says, fuck it, I'll draw you some fan art. You flatter me, Ants. You flatter me. This is quite strange. I'm not complaining or anything, but it is something I've not experienced before. Is this what it's like being a popular streamer and having people just shower you with their time and effort? It feels like I'm stealing from you. I still find it so hard to believe I am anybody's favorite streamer. And there are a whole lot of streamers much more deserving. Right, let's see, let's see. Oh, I love it. This is me. I mean, the resemblance is uncanny. Let's get up a comparison image of what I look like in real life. No, that's lost. There we go. Why is it so big? There we go. This is just the one I had on hand. I like it. I like it. Thank you very much. 10 out of 10. Oh man. I actually, Penguins, I actually bought my current profile picture. I commissioned that from an artist friend of mine who, doesn't actually watch the stream. And fair enough, honestly. Penguin says, I've been in my local McDonald's many times, and although a few years apart, have been spotted twice now with someone coming up and asking if I'm Gamer Penguins. Felt strangely weird, that I will admit. That is odd. Though congratulations, that's how you know you've achieved internet fame, Penguins. You know what's funny? I don't think a single person from my city actually watches my streams. I mean, I have no way of knowing. But I don't think anybody does. was the same person like a year apart. Ah. Oh. No, no, no. Okay, that one was fine. That headlight's holding on well. Okay, here's our next stop. And of course, the feces meter is almost full again, so you know what that means. Time to mute the game audio and take care of that.
So this is
Man, the zombies in this game are so dumb. Oh yeah, sorry for the ads. Penguin says, so I guess I just need to wait for a phone call from a TV production company inviting me to join this celebrity game show. I'd be up for Celebrity Bake Off. I don't think internet celebrities usually get that treatment, which is probably a good thing. I feel like being an internet celebrity would have its pros and cons. Like, on one hand, since you're not in the news or anything, a lot of people just wouldn't recognize you in public. But on the other hand, because you're active on the internet, and the internet is full of creeps and weirdos, that might make things worse. I've seen a few of Celebrity Bake Off, I will admit, at least our UK version of it. I wonder how those production companies manage to stay in business, because I know very few people who still watch, like, broadcast television for anything other than the news nowadays. Maybe that's, like, the minority, but yeah. I'd say it's been months since I've turned on my TV to watch anything other than a free-to-air, publicly funded news channel. And even then, it's usually just background noise. Just realized the oil light is on. That is a problem. Wish I'd noticed that back at the garage. Too late light. Yep, exactly. The congratulations, your engine is doomed. Knocking sounds in 3, 2, 1. Say goodbye to your bearings. Penguin says, I don't ever watch live TV, it's always on-demand TV on Netflix. You still pay your license fee though? I find it funny how common the TV license fee used to be in I find it how funny how common it used to be in other countries as well. Like we had that in Australia. I mean, not in my lifetime, but for a little while. What I love the most about it is how in the UK they have these people whose job it is to inspect if you have a TV and if you have the license. But because they're not cops, you can just tell them to go away, and they have to obey you. Like, they have no right to enter your property or anything.
I am coming. I am coming. The others will kill you.
I just find that hilarious. Indeed, Ants, indeed. Stocking up on headlights. Let's reload this too. Did I check for oil in this place? I can't remember. England says, nope, don't pay the license, but I live on the in-laws grounds, so it is covered by their license. I will admit I would still pay it though, if we had to. Isn't it, like, going away? I've heard that they're planning to get rid of it at some point. Maybe that's just something they say but never do. No oil here, sadly, so the search continues. Penguin says, well, they stopped giving it out for free to the elderly now, so I guess it's not true if they've said that. I know you can still, like, get a black and white TV license, which is half the cost or something. And that's pretty funny. And there are people who have that. Very interested as to what the one and only user is up to. Oh, and says, by the way, I'm curious, what CPU is that on the Discord server's icon? Oh, I will fetch it for you. One sec. It is an Intel Pentium. Thing is, even if you don't own a TV but have something like that connects to the internet, you still have to pay for the TV license since you can still watch TV like that way. That is BS. Here it is. Intel Pentium. I believe this is socket 7, I think. Not hugely well versed on my old CPU sockets. I just like the way these look. It's from 1993. Man, if only Kev Johnson was here, he'd be all over this. What are we on now? Socket 69? I'm not sure what they name sockets nowadays, but I know Intel and AMD have different ones. Back then they had, like, the same sockets, and you could swap. Yeah. I love the gold pins. It's very heavy as well. And it's ceramic. And you know what it means. If it's ceramic, you can use it to sharpen a knife. Someone's actually done that, by the way. Not on this one, but I've seen it be tested, and it actually works. To sharpen a knife on one of these ceramic CPUs. The one on the user has given us a smiley emoticon. That means nefarious activities. I'm predicting that means nefarious activities. 33% on the floppy disk goal, yep.
I am coming.
And we've got like a month to go on that, actually. Not sure if we'll achieve it. We'll take this, why not? Ooh, is this oil? No, petrol. Nice indoor cactus. Classic. Should I explain the floppy disk lasagna again? I should put something in the description of the stream explaining what that is. But it's kind of funny to explain it every time. Basically, the floppy disk lasagna, for anyone who is new, wasn't here around this time last year. Last year, I made an iPhone 4 smoothie. Let's do an exclamation point floppy command. Okay, good. That's a good idea, penguins. And made an iPhone 4 smoothie, and how it worked is people could donate bits, and when you donated, you picked an ingredient, and that could be anything as long as it was safe to eat. And once the goal was reached, I assembled all those ingredients in a blender, tossed in an iPhone 4 as well. It was a broken one, don't worry. Cracked screen, iCloud locked, messed up case. And we blended it all up. and created a grey goo, pretty much. Oh, Ance's fan art has been completed. And so, this year, we're revisiting that concept of making food with technology and making floppy disk lasagna, where instead of the pasta sheets, we'll be using floppy disks with bad sectors and damage, of course. Not sacrificing good floppy disks for this. Right, let's look at this. Can I show this on Twitch? This is easily the most cursed one yet. I think that is Penguin's wife. Oh god. Well, there goes nothing. If I don't stream tomorrow, you guys know why. Is Ants like a rug in this? I think it's definitely got that one and only user style to it. I'd give this a 7 out of 10. It's missing the blood on Penguin's wife's limbs. But otherwise, decent. This is the type of art that if your kid made it, you'd hesitate to put it on the fridge. Oh, that gives me an idea. That gives me an idea. I actually have a fridge in this room. It's a tiny little one, made for like one soda can. But are you thinking what I'm thinking? Because I also own a printer. A lot of things you can do with this combination of items. Do it. You know the best part? It's a black and white printer. It was supposed to be Ants on his belly after getting his ass kicked by Penguin's wife. I'm sorry, but it looks very much like Ants has been turned into a carpet. That one I'm kind of hesitating to add to the Voices of the Void lineup. Though, if it doesn't get the stream banned, and if Ants and one of the user are okay with it, I'll add it. There's no titties, so it's good. I mean, yeah, that seems to be all Twitch cares about. Penguin says, thing is, it's even better since my IRL wife is known as Psycho Wolf and the rug thing looks like a wolf rug, so he got both of his wives there. Oh. Oh, man. The one and only user. I applaud your artistic talent. You know what? Screw it. I'm endorsing this now. You have permission to go, like, hog wild. This is hilarious. It's still open on my other monitor. Every time I glance over it. Oh man. Every time I glance over at it, just induces a little chuckling fit, you know? You are a premier creator of cognito hazards. Yeah. The images kind of evade proper description. And I am fascinated at this point. You know what? You've earned this. You have earned a VIP badge. The official Dial-Up Dude Sacred Scribe. Flatlines. Give up the good work, one and only user. Well, if you want to, that is. You're under no obligation to continue. I just think it's neat. Penguins need the defibrillator for hands. Okay, still need oil. Can't forget that we still need to oil. Blood. CMU. Samu. Interesting combination of letters there. Yes, oil, finally. You trained in it, but the training has expired, so good luck. Fun fact, the French version of Ruffle is PTDR, which stands for... Literally farted from laughter. These last few streams, man, have sure been something. But you know what? I feel like it's really bringing us all closer together. I need to take a breath. Oh man. I have a sudden urge to print one of those out in color and then go out at night and hang it up in a public place. Never gonna actually do that. I have Answer's permission to do that with the Jockey drawing. That would probably be the best one to do it with. I could... Stopping myself before saying anything potentially incriminating. but I could use spray paint to recreate that image on a wall located within property that I have permission to do such things on. There we go. Australia's new mystery. Just travel around the country putting tiny little stickers of answers that you're drawing up. Maybe with a QR code that links to the My Summercast Steam page. Nah, that reveals the mystery. Would just have to be the drawing by itself. Recreate the fake PNGs too, indeed. I would do that. I'm losing breath over this. Could do it where I live, serial killer style, just upload it onto a bunch of USBs and leave them around the woods. I think people are more wary of suspicious USBs nowadays, so that might not be as effective. Maybe there's gotta be some sort of like some sort of trick. We just had someone join the Discord. Ooh. Oh, the My Summer Cast server. On floppy disks. Oh yes. Burn some CDs. Actually, no. Almost no one has a DVD player anymore. But burn some DVDs. They just have like a video slideshow of the images. Just with like Microsoft PowerPoint transitions between them. Maybe some low quality Mozart or Beethoven in the background. And of course no context whatsoever. No label on the disc. It's 26 kilobytes, it fits on a floppy. That could work. Oh, here's a fun one. Sunny Fish, welcome to the stream. We're discussing very weird sort of prank ideas, I guess. You guys will see this on a Lost Media rabbit hole video in a year's time. I do have a zip drive and several zip disks, but nobody else has one, so there's no point in putting the pictures on them. Oh, here's the best one. Here's the best one. So we take one of these cursed images that Ants or the one on the user has created. Any of them will do. You make it into a GIF where it's like quite long, like maybe a minute long. So you make it into a GIF where it's a minute long, and each frame is the same. But the last frame is just red text on a black background that says you have mere seconds to live or something like that. Just a random creepy thing like that. We are a feedback loop of bad ideas. Or great ideas, depending on how you want to look at them. Run, for God approaches. You have mere seconds to live, bottom text. Oh, man, I need... Oh. Oh yeah, adds in a second, sorry. Has to be like the cicada internet mystery. One frame is a QR code to the next cursed image. Yes, we've got to create like a the fucking ARG. It's coordinates for the next USB that just doesn't be. Come on. Oh. 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 Gonna have to start making MS Paint cursed art with puzzles disguised under them. Yes, indeed. You know what's even better? I've been trying to create like a local mythos for a while now by going cycling at night, and of course with what I look like. That'll create some questions with any drivers that happened to go past and spot me out of the corner of their eyes. So this would play perfectly into that. There we go. My lungs are feeling a bit better. What's so good? I got a minute-long ad break. Basically just discussing it more. I'm gonna try and create an ARG or something, I think. I think that's what's gonna happen. Oh, and to think, all of this talk has evolved. From this fucking image. How does conversation take such turns? The ants ARG will be real. The backrooms movie can wait. Oh, the backrooms movie. Sam. What? Oh, I'm just. And I need a drink of water. Best way to boost our music and streaming careers. All right. Why is this so funny? It's literally The dumbest stuff imaginable, but it's hilarious. This is more than a kick the one and only user. We're getting pummeled to death here. Zam! You have mere seconds to live. Oh. Oh. Oh, man. This is great. We need to organize something like this. Well, at least we're all laughing, and that's a good feeling. That is the best feeling. This is the best stream I've had in ages. This is why I stream while playing games. For stuff like this. Oh man, indeed. Yes. One and the user, we shall look forward to any future masterpieces you may provide. That goes for anyone. If anybody wants to draw anything, feel free to share on the Discord. Doesn't even have to be related to the stream or anything at all. Oh, we just missed it. And sorry. $622. Ah well. Shame we can't run it in reverse. More will be coming soon. Oh. Oh. I wait with bated breath. If I could breathe. And says one of my siblings is a legit artist. I might get them in on this. That would be incredible. Mushing Lemons on the Discord and has no idea what's going on. Oh, this is... Hit them up now. Penguin says, sorry, that's my ping. You can ignore, not in your channel. Oh, there's more. I don't even know what this is. It feels like these are getting more and more, like, out there. This is Ants's, well, no, sorry, one of the user's latest masterpiece. Titled Sera.png. That's SERA.png. What do you think could be the meaning behind this image? Any artistic scholars? It was someone's profile picture that was a cute dino hoodie that you turned into that. It was a couple of days ago. You have a talent for making these unsettling images. Yo, me and a streamer are planning an ARG based around an MS Paint shitpost. Do you want to join in? Exactly. Imagine getting that message out of the blue from a friend. What are you doing? Do you accept? Oh, from a sibling. This will be how this stream grows. Oh, I kinda doubt it. This is just a bit of fun. Just a bit of banter. A very, very inside joke. We shall say. In hell, not even my moderator knows what's going on. Because they're not on today. Sorry for all the coughing, by the way. I've had a bit of a cold recently, and that laughter's sort of taken its toll as well. Yep, all back is my moderator at the moment. Well, I made them the moderator for a while ago while we were doing the speedrun and decided to just leave them since they're trustworthy. Okay. One sec, just gotta check something else. Sorry about this. There we go. Che Gaming GNC, good day. Welcome to the stream, Che Gaming. You have arrived just after our collective laughing fit, it seems. Hope you are going well. Having a good day. You knew when to arrive. We are back on our collective bullshit. We are indeed. Well, I don't think we can say we're back on it since this is the first time. This is new frontiers. You know what I need to do for this? We're creating sort of weird ARG. I need to use like this camcorder to create some bullshit faux analog horror stuff. That'd be great. Because everybody clowns on analog horror nowadays, and rightfully so. What? What was that, Ants? Excuse me? This has got to be so confusing for the vast majority of people. Oh, please no. Like I said, nothing that can't go on Twitch. Gotta lay some boundaries, you know. Yeah, I figured you were. Just gotta be safe, though. Who knows if I ever become a kick streamer though. Man. Actually, what makes a kick streamer? Because technically I am. I've streamed on Kick before. It was an absolute dumpster fire and I never went back. But my Kick account still exists. Crime. Maybe I can do a dial-up dude after dark. Oh man. Ant says, I mod for a streamer that does kick streams. They do kick streams since music streams got banned on Twitch. Ah. Isn't such a shame where you can't do copyright infringement on a large platform? I wouldn't be surprised if the music industry tries to bring the hammer down on Kick. Penguin says, I streamed twice on Kick, even got a game category added. Forgot what one now. It might have been Long Drive, Mon Bazao maybe, something like that. Trey Gammon says, so Dial, why is your profile picture me in front of the French flag? I do not believe it's me in front of the French flag, since... Hang on, let me look at my profile picture again. I haven't looked at it in a while. Yeah, it's just me in front of a red and blue background. And the reason for that is my old profile picture, the one with the iMac, had the red and blue color scheme. So I thought, why not carry that over as the background for the new one? That's basically the lore behind that. Nothing special, I'm sorry. And says, record companies are shit dicks. Agreed. I almost said ingreed, which I guess kind of makes sense as well, because greed and record companies are greedy. It's always been so funny how they try and fight a losing battle against music piracy. From trying to insist that new formats have copy protection on them, which ends up only making things worse for people who legitimately own the media. Test Icicle. Oh. I just realized what that was, Ants. I didn't know why you sent Ickle, and now I do. God, this is by far the most immature stream I've had in ages. Possibly ever. Yeah, you should be ashamed, but you're not. Oh, man. You're a VIP, you should know better, glad you don't. I mean, to be fair, this is, the stream is marked as mature, I'm pretty sure, so... Technically, pretty much anything goes. We can swear as much as we want, as long as it's not certain words. I do get the feeling that, just swearing constantly comes off as a bit hostile, so I do try and limit it myself in my own vocabulary. One of the user says, I ran out of energy for making art, I'll have to make some more for tomorrow's stream. Ah, no worries. But you have some concepts ready. Oh, okay, okay. Tomorrow's stream will be Voices of the Void, probably. Forgot these were in the game. Pretty cool. Oh, one second, let me mute the game audio. But it'll either be Voices of the Void, this game again, or My Summer Car. Most likely Voices of the Void, though. So. Those of you who like that game. Can have a good time. Scrongled mesh save still on My Summer Car? Of course, of course. For those of you who don't know, Ants made a very cursed Satsuma mesh save in My Summer Car. It basically crumpled the car up like a piece of paper. Penguin says, I always put 18 plus at the start of my titles just to add extra protection. If it even helps, that is. And yes, I know there are people who watch who are not 18 plus. Yeah, people are always going to try and get around those restrictions annoyingly. And the best you can do is discourage them as much as possible. A crumpled can of soda, that's what the mesh save is. It is indeed. Oh, man. Erica, hello, welcome to the stream. It's so funny everyone joining now and just missing the absolute insanity that happened earlier. My speech is still still messed up from all the laughing. Whoops. Not wrong there, penguins. Sadly, not wrong there. Just a better banter. I was gonna offer to do some multiplayer of this game later on, but I don't think that would be a good idea. Simply because I'm pretty sure that everybody watching is very spread out geographically. Keith says nothing wrong with testicle jokes. I admit it did get a chuckle out of me, so... It worked, as for its function of being a joke. Multiplayer long drive will be a disaster. It will be. I really hope they fix it one day. I'd totally host like a server. Whoops. Okay. And when did I last save the game? Probably like half an hour ago. Let's do that now. How many Skibidis left to Giat in your Sigma car, Ohio? I understood a dangerously high number of words in that message. A dangerously high number. Poor Godzilla having a stroke reading chat again. Now that's a classic meme. Erica feels like a boomer now. Let me get that up for you. This. Easily one of my favorite memes. Because, you know, the behind the scenes stuff for any movie that used practical effects like that is always going to be hilarious and prime meme material. Penguin says, well, I'm going to check out Hasselhoff 2, so gonna lurk. Have a good one. No worries, Penguins. Thank you for stopping by and putting up with all these shenanigans. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed the stream. You can meme indeed, Keeseth. I still love this. It's one of my favorite memes. Glad you liked it, Penguins. Good luck with your own stream. We'll probably raid you later. This is basically me trying to read the Alpha Gen jokes. You know what's kind of funny? Every time I think of the phrase iPad kid, my mind goes down a very specific train of thought. I jump from that to iPads in general. And then I remember that I have a first generation iPad with 64 gigabytes of storage, which was the largest amount available for that model. And I also have one of the latest models of iPad, I think it's about 3-4 years old, which also has 64 gigabytes of storage. Which is currently the minimum you can get on an iPad nowadays. And I think that's pretty insane. That they're even still offering 64 gigs as an option on modern iPads. Keeseth says, I remember playing Snake on my Nokia 3210. Nice. That's pretty cool, actually. Here's a fun trick. You can pick almost any 4-digit number, and it'll be a model of Nokia phone. Give me a random 4-digit number. To increase your chances, start it with 3, 5, or 1. 1532. Yep, also known as the Nokia C20. That is one of their new smartphones, actually. Here it is. That image is not working. We find another one. Yep, that's what it looks like. 9,999. No, that isn't one. So I was a bit misleading when I said most 4-digit numbers. Quite a lot of them. To the point where picking one at random can often lead to a finding a Nokia. But it's certainly not all of them. But if you start it with 5, 3, or 1, there's a much higher chance of it being a Nokia model. And if you want to increase the chances even more, include a 0 somewhere. $9,998. Egris Grump says, I used to have a Nokia 7.2. That was the most awful phone I owned. I'm trying to think about what the most awful phone I ever owned would be. And I think I have to say they've all been pretty good for what I've needed them for. Adds over 7878. Let's see. No. Try and make them all different numbers as well. Like no repeating ones. That seems to be one of the common patterns. I had a 6-gen Apple Touch as my phone until 2022. I think at that point I was using a BlackBerry Priv. Yeah, it would have been a BlackBerry Priv. But before that I was using a Samsung Galaxy J1. Egris Grump says the charger broke the first week. It was also sluggish, buggy, and not working. I think that's where most of the reputation that Android has comes from. Weird, buggy, broken, cheap phones like that. People just ignore all the decent Androids there are. Now, the only iPhone I ever used for a long time was the 3G. And that had problems. It used to drop off the Wi-Fi all the time. Like, you'd connect it to Wi-Fi in the settings app, then you'd close the settings app and it would disconnect from the Wi-Fi again. What a nightmare. Ant says, I have since then switched to a very recent phone, the iPhone 8. iPhone 8 is one of the last good iPhones. I think the last great iPhone was the 6S. Erica Crump says, then since I had more money, I went with the Google Pixel and I'm happy. Pixels are quite popular.
What are you looking for, huh?
These bats are
Come
kind of funny.
here. I am just trying to be
Look at
your
it.
friend. Stay still.
What do I think about the new iPhone? Like the latest one that just released? The 16, isn't it? I mean, I'm sure people who have the iPhone 15 are just gonna ditch theirs for it straight away. In many cases. And it does look the same as all the previous models, as these things tend to do. You know what I'd like to see? Small phones again. Small phones that actually feel premium. Like the iPhone 4 and the original iPhone even. I really love the original iPhone's form factor. The aluminium. Very nice. You know what else I'd like to see? Phones like this. This is a handspring Treo. And what's cool about it is, it's a flip phone, but you flip that up, and that's where the speaker is. And you have a full QWERTY keyboard. Would I consider a folding phone as small? The thing is, even a modern folding phone, like one of the Samsungs or whatever, they're usually thinner. Well, I mean, smaller width-wise than a regular flagship phone, but they're just as tall.
Hello, Moto.
The new Motorola Razr. I would consider that small. I thought you meant the folding phones that fold open like a book, not that flip up and flip down. I would consider the new Motorola Razr as small. But then again, folding phones where the screen folds as well is not the best in my opinion, since it's hard to service. It's very easy to damage still. And I feel like there's better ways of making a phone small. It's a shame Motorola's Android is a piece of shit. Would be a good phone. You know what's really annoying? A lot of feature phones are becoming unusable due to the 3G shutdown here. We lost 2G years ago. And now they're getting rid of 3G as well. Which I find very annoying. I'm jealous of the UK, because in the UK they still have 2G, which means you can use your old 3310 as much as you want. Be crime do gay. X Crump says 3G is gone in some parts of my country. Here too. And it's annoying because I think 3G is mostly gone in the United States already, and boy did I feel that when I visited last year. Coverage was spotty in like big cities even on 4G, since I don't have a 5G phone and a lot of people don't. And I'm willing to bet even on 5G it would have been spotty. Very, very annoying. My grandma had a Motorola phone. If you turn on Bluetooth, Wi-Fi didn't work, but if you turn on Wi-Fi, it would also turn on Bluetooth. So basically, Wi-Fi never worked on that. And it was so severe you couldn't hack any solution to disable that. 5G is giving us COVID. I don't think that. I just think there wasn't really much need for it. Like 4G was always fine for pretty much anything you want to do on a mobile phone, like web browsing, even watching HD YouTube videos if you had good signal. I'm pretty sure 5G was just to try and coerce people onto new handsets and phone contracts and stuff. Erica Crump says, I have 5G coverage, but my phone won't ever go to 5G since the plan doesn't let me. Oh, yeah. Lots of BS like that. Joe Gaiman says, here's the fun thing, because I kind of work in the field, turns out cell providers gave up on 5G because they couldn't charge more for it. Oh. Oh, nice. Erica Scrump says, at least if I go somewhere very rural, 3G works in some areas. We've had problems like that here. Like, there are people who live in, like the bushland or something. And they get coverage on 3G. But then 3G gets turned off. And the phone company says, oh, you never officially had coverage according to our maps, so we won't be providing you with 4G or 5G. Haha, sucked in. You don't get any coverage at all now. Jigaman says, and basically there was lots spent on infrared and software. Yes, no more profits to them. And that's why they abandoned 5G in your country then, Jigaman? Or like one provider did? Erica says, technically here there are no 3G towers. In some rural areas, I guess they forgot to remove 3G? I mean, maybe they're leaving it up since they don't want to roll out 4G or anything. Oh, sorry, I missed one of the user's message earlier. It says, nothing will have the same swag as using a flip phone. You are correct. Being able to flip it open and flip it shut. I actually have one somewhere that has a spring-loaded hinge. Shigamer says, I don't understand the deprecation of 2G in Australia, neither do I. And what's bad is we're deprecating 3G as well by the end of this year. So we'll only have 4G and above. Which makes no sense to me. And to very few other people as well, since a lot of phones, even if they can make calls on 4G, rely on the 3G network for the emergency services function. For some reason. So if you have a phone that works on 4G, there's a chance that it won't be able to call emergency services even if it works for all other calls on 4G. which is, yeah, wild. In EU, 3G may be removed, but 2G will stay because it's crucial for feature phones, and EU uses 2G for emergency communication. Yeah. Here they don't care about that. Like, they had to come and upgrade the lift or elevator in my apartment complex because it used 3G for the emergency phone system. Makes me wonder about all of the cheap building owners who won't bother to upgrade. And then someone will get stuck in the lift and not be able to call for help. In the EU, we may have 214, 325,000 G in the future, but 2G would still work. Nice. Ah, lifts. Perfect Faraday cages. The one at my building does seem to be, actually. Like, if you go in there, you won't get any signal. Dr. Smack 3000 says, in the USA, ads to replace tracking devices in a fleet of trucks from 3G to 4G. Yeah, imagine how much waste is being generated as well from people who have to discard old phones or equipment that uses 3G. The one on the user says, good night. Good night, the one on the user. Thank you so much for that wonderfully cursed art. Hope to see you again at some point in the future. Have a great sleep. Dr. Smack says, had a huge pile of these things. And Microsoft Paint is truly a blessing from the god, yeah. Mac OS could never. It's funny to me how Mac OS doesn't come with any, like, built-in image editing utilities like that. At least I don't think it does. Not with any of the Macs I've used. We'll probably raid penguins soon. another 10 minutes or so. See if we can reach 4,700. Man, very steep. Dial, is coaxial internet or powerline internet popular in Australia? No. Most internet here will be through fiber optic, but that fiber optic usually only goes to a suburb, and then from a point in that suburb it branches out over copper wires to individual houses. That's what we have, and it's kind of annoying, and it's kind of a sore spot for a lot of Australia, since what happened is about a decade ago, maybe 15 years, the government was gonna put a lot of money into upgrading all the internet connections, like to every building, to fiber optic. And then a new government got elected, and they were like, nah, that'll cost too much. We're gonna do it so we have copper wire, which in most cases is the original telephone wires, from each building to a central point where the fiber comes to, and that'll be cheaper. Guess what? Guess what? It was not cheaper. It was like 10 times more expensive. And it works far worse. And then it turned out that government had done that intentionally, on behalf of the traditional media, like television and newspaper companies, to try and make the internet service for most of the country deliberately slow. So yeah. And that is why I only stream in 720p. The copper companies were on it. Yeah, Nasir. He's at it again. Time to write another complaint tablet. I'm sure you all know about that. The ancient Mesopotamian copper merchant, whose copper was so bad we still know that he existed today, like 2,000 years later. It's an interesting story, actually. What happened is he was absolutely notorious for shady business. And we have clay tablets with complaint letters on them that were unearthed in what is believed to be his house. And what's interesting is the clay tablets at that time were designed to be reusable, so after you'd send a message, it would be rubbed off and it would be used for something else. Because it was wet clay still. So the only reason we have those tablets today is because it's theorized that his house was burned down, which fired the clay into, pottery. Which is how they survived. Imagine being so trash you're remembered for 5,000 years. Yeah, that's right, Chairgamin. Yeah, I wonder why his house burned down. Arson. Most likely. Good morning, Rootman. Welcome to the stream.
Don't be afraid.
We're just getting ready
I'm
to...
just trying to rip off your face and use it as my own.
We're getting ready to raid Gamer Penguins in a few minutes. But we'll raid this building first. Angry Aussies traveled back in time. It was supposed to light the fireworks outside the building. Unrelated once more, but I think most computer games would be improved with the addition of fireworks. My summer car has them, and this game would definitely be improved. If you could launch fireworks. To take revenge on non-upgraded network lines. Man, this game gives you too much fuel nowadays. What does the lamp do? Oh, the genie lamp. I will show you in a minute, after this is done. You can pick it up, and using the Alt key, you can rub it. And now it doesn't grant you any wishes, but it does turn into a light source. It has this lovely little golden shine to it. You can see it much better in the dark, but yeah. Little Easter egg. Not a lot of people know about this. And the more you polish it, the brighter it gets to a certain degree. Yeah, pretty cool. So you can use that if you're in a place and you don't have an electric light with you. It also doesn't go out when a UFO passes by, so that's kind of another use case for it. Looks like dragon scales. Kinda does. Or a rainbow fish. 1 in every 5,000 just have something come out of it. Like what? Like it starts spouting fuel. And you have to get it to your fuel tank quick enough and shove the nozzle in. Dr. Smack says, I would use it to wish for a UFO of my very own. Ah, that's sweet. Ads in a minute, by the way. Sorry about that. Oh, I just realized something. Penguins donated bits yesterday. And I forgot to ask him what ingredient he wanted to pick for the lasagna. Oh no, I left the fuel tank open. Oh. How did I make such a rookie mistake? Been streaming for too long. Didn't lose much though. Okay. Themed on-screen celebration. And Twitch has added 4 bits. Okay, that didn't actually put the thing up. Oh, because it was... Twitch is weird, man. What ingredient do you pick for a floppy disk lasagna, okay? So I can note it down. A what now? A lasagna, but instead of pasta sheets, it's got floppy disks in it. What ingredient does Twitch itself pick? I don't think Twitch gets to pick. I mean, if the official Twitch account comes in here and says an ingredient, then I'll honor it, but I don't think they're gonna. So yeah, Leper. What ingredient? Can be anything as long as it's edible. Because the floppy disks are the only inedible object in this lasagna. That's the goal. Fruit roll-ups. Interesting choice. That is the first thing on the list since I haven't asked penguins yet. And it says that drain cleaner. Magnets. Magnets wouldn't be healthy for the discs or you. Oh, there we go, 4,700. Let's save the game and do a raid on penguins. Thank you all for stopping by. Hope you all enjoyed this stream. Had a great time. The magnets are in the floppy drive, not the discs. Oh. So, hope you all enjoyed the stream. I had a great time. Hope you all did too. Thank you very much to the one and only user for the lovely art, and to Ant621 for the lovely art as well. And to everyone else who hung out and chatted or even just lurked around for a little while. Sorry I ended just as some of you were joining. And thank you to Lipa OK for the bits. And yeah, let's start the raid. Makes me wait 10 seconds. There we go.